this is a course that came out of the iftar course. When we launched the iftar course idea online, said people register, we got over 100 registrations, and this is without exaggeration. I mean, to be precise, it was like 105, right? To be precise. These were people from around the world and around the UK. Now, I did a lot of consultation with the ulama in South Africa who've tried to do it online. And we realized that it's just not going to work. If you want to do a solid course, where you're not just teaching a number of books and then giving them a certificate at the end. I mean, there are iftar programs out there which is a fast track, 1 year, 4 hours a week, you can be a mufti, right? We just don't want to do that. So when you got these 100 and some, we said there's no way we can accommodate that even in this place, and you can't do it online. Right? How do you get people to do the work? It's very people get enthusiastic, they join up, and then after that doing the work and then making sure you have a quality control is important. So we said we're only going to take 10 to 15 maximum. So that cut down a lot. So that way, and you had to be here, and then it has to be in the morning. So that's why, alhamdulillah, I think we had the iftar tests. We got some really good candidates, inshallah, and we'll be, inshallah, approving them next week, inshallah. So look out for it, those of you who did take that test. But what we realized from this is that a number of people who applied were not interested in being a mufti. They just wanted something to do with fiqh. They just wanted to brush up on their fiqh. Because they graduated, they went out into the world as an imam, as a teacher, maktab teacher, whatever teacher, chaplain maybe. And they realized that I am suffering in my fiqh. I did my fiqh until Arbi Chaharum, until my 4th year. And then since then I haven't had much connection with it. And even in those 4 years, I didn't really work that hard. It was a dry subject. That's why in our interview process, one of the major questions was, show us some anecdotal evidence that you've got some relationship with fiqh. Give us some extracurricular fiqhi activity you've done, or some kind of special connection you can prove to us. Otherwise, why are you coming into a dry course? Do you understand? So a lot of people just want to refresh their fiqh. So that's why we established this course, the Advanced Islamic Jurisprudence. This will take place just 3 days a week in the morning, 4, 8, 12, 4 hours a day, right? And in there, what we'll do is we will be teaching a detailed fiqh book. So you've got the Quduri, a commentary of the Quduri, Al-Lubab is a really nice book on furu'. So that way you get, mashallah, a good refresher of the chapters you have done and a number of chapters that you may have not done, because not all madaris complete the book. So, for example, Kitab al-Sharika, what else? Some of the books that generally, Kitab al-Ayman, Kitab al-Nudhur. Sometimes people haven't covered that. Nobody thinks it's relevant, or they don't have the time in the year to do it. So we want to try to cover all of that. So at least you've got some understanding. Number 2, a contemporary text on Usul al-Fiqh. Right? You see, the thing about Usul al-Shashi, it's a wonderful book, but what Usul al-Shashi is, if you remember, Usul al-Shashi is formulated usul of the Hanafi madhab that they show you how to apply. How you develop them, how they're formulated, what purpose they're there for, that's not explained generally. The book it doesn't start off on a really basic level. It actually starts on an advanced level in a sense. And then, mashallah, the challenging style of the author, which you have to get to grasp with, otherwise you struggle along until the end of the book. It's a wonderful book otherwise. I loved it. Right? So what we're doing is we want to do modern usul from a Hanafi perspective, which we have a wonderful, mashallah, book by Sheikh Salah Abul Hajj. He's produced this. It's a commentary of the Manar, right? One of our main mutun. So inshallah we're going to do that. And then an overview of the Hanafi school, how it works and what are the various components and the various different types of masail within the different levels of scholars and so on. It's called a Madkhal al-Madhhab al-Hanafi. And then 2 other aspects. One is the evidences of the madhab. How to look for evidences of the madhab, because this is a major area that a lot of people struggle with today, because these questions do come about. What is the proof of this? What is the proof of that? We've got our books, but we just need to bring them closer to the students, and that's what we want to do, inshallah. Nasbur Raya, I'la Sunan, Athar Sunan, number of books like that. And at the end, a coverage of the main contemporary masail from Taharat, Salat, Zakat, marriage, etc. from the Fatawa books. So the teacher will be collecting those as the most important masail related to Hajj, like modern day masail on Hajj, right? Modern day masail on fasting, asthma inhaler, can you do vaping and fasting, and all of the rest of it. And that will be then taught to the students. So there's no iftar as such, but you become aware, inshallah, of the contemporary masail. Whole point is that if you do this course, then as an imam, inshallah, you won't be lost. Of course, there's going to be issues where you'll have to consult a mufti as such, but you will be very much, mashallah, prepared by yourself. These are the class times of that. It's a 1-year class, 3 hours a week. 3 classes a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 8:30 to 12:30 in the morning. We were thinking of doing an evening one as well, but we're not sure if that's going to take place this year. And this one is obviously available online as well. And that's why we have a number of people who are interested in signing up.